Today's video is on a verse from the Ashtavakra Gita, which points directly at your formless nature. It brings to your awareness the root of your dysfunction, which is identification with form, associations with form. And it teaches you exactly what you need to become free from this hypnosis. So we're going to be going over the quote first, we'll break it down, then we'll do a meditation on it so you'll know exactly how to practice it. Here it goes.
So this is from the Ashtavakra Gita, and let me read it out, and then we will sort of break it down and get into our guidance. I will say though, as you're reading this or listening to me read this, don't let your mind just jump on the words and start interpreting them and getting worried about them, anxious about them, trying to see what they mean. Just like allow the teaching to just happen. You don't have to figure it out. Even if something that is said here doesn't agree with what your current understanding is or current way of living or belief about the world is, just let it be heard. Allow yourself to be open. You don't have to accept the teaching. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can throw it out after or not pay it any mind, but just allow the teaching to be heard in its purity without you passing it through your filter, okay? So the question is, how is knowledge to be achieved, detachment acquired, liberation attained? And the answer is to be free. Shun the experiences of the senses like poison. Turn your attention to forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, simplicity, truth. You are not earth, water, fire, or air, nor are you empty space. Liberation is to know yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. Abide in awareness with no illusion of person. You will be instantly free and at peace. You have no caste or duties. You are invisible, unattached, formless. You are the witness of all things. Be happy. Right and wrong, pleasure and pain exist in mind only. They are not your concern. You neither do or enjoy. You are free. You are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. Your only bondage is not seeing this. The thought, I am the doer, is the bite of a poisonous snake. To know I do nothing is the wisdom of faith. Be happy. A single understanding, I am the one awareness, consumes all suffering. The fire of an instant. Be happy. Everything we take ourselves to be this is saying you are not that. You are only the invisible, unattached, formless witness of all the things you take yourself to be. Everything we take ourselves to be is experience alone, is moving, passing, changing experience. We are not that. We are only the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. And our only bondage is not seeing this. The spiritual path, the teaching as we cover it here in the program, is just learning to see this. If our only bondage is ignorance, if our only bondage is not seeing this fact of our nature, then the only thing to be done is dissolving the veil which covers this understanding, dissolving the curtain which blocks this understanding. And the path to that, the practice for that, is awareness itself. So as we covered on the last call, the most important aspect of self-inquiry is returning to the witnessing of whatever you are witnessing, returning to the awareness of whatever experience is currently present. Sadness arises and goes. Anger comes and goes. Happiness comes and goes. Pleasure comes and goes. Pain comes and goes. I am not the pain. I am not the pleasure. I am not the anger. I am not the sadness. Regardless of what I'm experiencing here and now, I only need to again and again acknowledge the awareness of it, which itself is not happy or sad or this or that. This or that is in experience alone. It's only in what I am aware of. But the awareness of it is never that. So by returning to this one fact about myself, that I'm aware of whatever current experience is, continues to free me from being identified with that experience. The associations, the identifications begin to be severed, weakened. You are not earth, water, fire, or air, nor are you empty space. Liberation is to know yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. And this is something that is presented to you as an invitation that as you're living your life, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what you're experiencing, acknowledge this always, that at the heart of every single experience, no matter how excruciatingly painful or wonderfully blissful, there's awareness of it. And the awareness of it is always the same. The awareness of happiness is not happy, it's just aware. The awareness of sadness is not sad, it's just aware. The awareness of happiness is not clinging to happiness, it's just aware. The awareness of sadness is not resisting sadness, it's just aware. Right and wrong, pleasure and pain exist in mind only. They are not your concern. You, as the awareness, as the witness, neither do or enjoy, right? You are the witness of the doing and the enjoying, even the suffering. You are free. You are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. When we keep returning to the fact of witnessing, the fact of being aware of whatever experience that is currently present, we begin to understand this about our own nature. In one of the weeks, I believe it is, in the acceptance week, there's a lecture that awareness never suffers. This can be just a mental understanding, and we hear this and it sounds good, but this has to become our experience. We have to see clearly that even when there is great suffering present, let's say when you're in a fight with your partner, or when great anxiety is arising, or there's fear about something that coming in the future, in the midst of those experiences, you have to put this knowledge to the test, and you have to see that the awareness of that experience, me, that which is aware of that experience, is not suffering. The more you begin to put this to the test, the more you begin to see it. The more you begin to see it, the more you begin to experience your own freedom. The more you begin to experience this detachment, self-knowledge. We've been covering very extensively recently how this path of knowing oneself is to be oneself. To know what you are, be as the self is. Here, the instruction is given that you are the witness of all things. So be as you are. Despite what you're going through, be as the self is, simply the witness, right? The more you begin to put that to the test, even in the most excruciatingly painful circumstances, even in the toughest of tests, the more you begin to really see your nature, experience your nature, the more you start to see how you are much more than what you currently believe yourself to be. And only those limitations are why you're suffering. And those limitations, because you begin to see your a greater understanding of who you are, those limitations begin to wither. And that's why you begin to really experience the freedom that you are. So talks like these, they're wonderful to hear. These are great ideas, concepts, but they are truly pointing to something. And you have to take this invitation. If this teaching means anything to you, if you value this, if you wish to discover this, you have to put this to the test. Hearing alone will not do it. You have to, in the face of everything you fear, everything you value, you have to trust the teaching. In the face of the toughest circumstances, you have to put the teaching to the test. You have to practice. Otherwise, this cannot become real. Otherwise, the experience, the elements of experience, the pain and pleasure, the right and wrong will continue to consume us and keep us very limited, very narrow point of view, on behalf of which we will continue to suffer. The teaching is coming very strongly into your experience, urging you, inviting you, shaking you to wake up from this ignorance, this bondage. See yourself as you really are. The awareness which is being pointed to here is not at any step away from you. It requires nothing of you, but you only need to learn to acknowledge this. This is what we call turning inward. There's nothing really inward to turn to. It's just acknowledging the awareness of experience. When we're focused in experience, that's called outwardness. Inwardness is simply acknowledging the awareness of experience, which is not even a step away. It's inseparable from me. I am the awareness of experience. I am aware of experience. This is the one fact that we must return to again and again and again. Put your all into this. Make this the most important thing in your life, and you will not regret it. Okay. So let's begin with today's guidance. Of course, it'll be a little shorter because I know I spent a lot of time just covering this, but I think that this was important. Okay. So let's proceed with the guidance. You can feel free to close your eyes. And without me even saying anything right now or giving any pointer, I want you to put this knowledge to the test. What you have just heard, put this to the test. Practice it. Be yourself. Whatever the thoughts are saying is not important right now. Acknowledge the fact that there's an awareness of thoughts. You are aware of thoughts. And acknowledging this is not a mental statement that you're making to yourself. Oh, I am aware of these thoughts. No. Being aware of thoughts is not a mental statement. You're simply aware. You do nothing to be aware of thoughts. When a thought arises, automatically there's an awareness of it. That's why you know it. Please acknowledge this. It doesn't really matter how many times you continue to lose this. The moment you acknowledge your thinking, see that there's always an awareness of even losing it. And even right now, in this moment of self remembrance, there's an awareness of experience. Whatever thought you are currently thinking, there is an awareness of it. You are aware of it. Become aware of your own awareness. Acknowledge your own awareness. Be the witness. You see, the witnessing of experience doesn't go anywhere. No matter what experience is currently there, even you say you're unconscious and scattered and overthinking, even this there's a witnessing of, is there not? Is that not why you are able to speak of such an experience of losing this or being scattered? The witnessing of experience simply is, it's always present. This is to be acknowledged. You, the witness of experience, are prior to whatever the experience currently is. You, the witness of experience, has no form or name or story. The sensations of the body, there's a witnessing of. Whatever feeling is present, you are simply the witness of. Whatever thoughts are arising, you are simply the witness of. Abide as the witness. Become aware of your awareness. Let go of thinking of yourself as a person. That is only imposed by your thinking. This limited identity is imposed on you by thinking only. Only in the content of your thinking, you are a person. But in actual fact, you are the witness of experience. Let go of thinking of yourself as a person, at least for these moments that we are together. Don't be here as a mere person. As the witness of experience, you have no troubles, you have no concerns. It is only the mind that is concerned about what will happen tomorrow. It is only the mind that is concerned about if I will ever realize this spiritual truth. You are not that. Let go of thinking of yourself as a person. Here and now, be only the witness, the awareness. Care not for what you are seeing. Acknowledge the seeing itself. Become aware of the seeing itself. What you are aware of has name and form, but you, the awareness, have no name and form. You are learning to become aware of your formless identity. And this will dissolve all ignorance, all suffering, all restlessness. But it cannot happen so long as you are just so addicted to your mental concerns about the contents of your mind, of your thinking. Care not for what you see. Care not for what you are aware of, for it is transient and false. Acknowledge instead the awareness of it, which goes nowhere. Acknowledge instead yourself as the witnessing, nameless, formless, qualityless. The acknowledging of your witnessing, of your awareness, is silent. It is wordless. It is not a mental statement. It is a being aware of awareness, of being. This is the silent knowing which will consume all ignorance. You have to value this more than you value your thoughts, your ideas. In acknowledging yourself as the witness of your experience, you cease to be a person. You cease to be limited. In that instant, you are not at all suffering. You are simply being. You're aware. That alone is happiness. Come to acknowledge this. Come to know yourself as only the witness of your experience, the awareness of your experience. And you will start to become detached from the contents of your experience. You will stop chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. You'll stop defining yourself. If we want peace, love, happiness, truth, wisdom, understanding, we have to let go of thinking of ourselves as a person. For the person is the very veil to all of these things. We have to let go of defining ourselves. This is spiritual practice. This is self-inquiry. This is meditation. You can start opening your eyes slowly if you wish. I'm just going to read out the teaching of today one more time, and I can post this in the group later as well. How is knowledge to be achieved? Detachment acquired, liberation attained. To be free, shun the experiences of the senses like poison. Turn your attention to forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, simplicity, and truth. This one statement we can actually go deeper on in another talk. You are not earth, water, fire, or air, nor are you empty space. Liberation is to know yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. Acknowledge, please, that the witness of earth is not earth. The witness of water is not water. The witness of fire is not fire. The witness of sadness is not sadness. The witness of thought is not thought. The witness of suffering is not suffering. The witness of pleasure is not pleasure. The witness is clear. It is empty. It is formless, identityless. Contemplate that. Sit with that. Liberation is to know yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. Abide in awareness with no illusion of person. You will be instantly free and at peace. As awareness, you are free here and now. As a person, we are always bound. You have no caste or duties. You are invisible, unattached, formless. You are the witness of all things. Be happy. Happiness is the position of witnessing. Come to know this by acknowledging your witnessing, acknowledging your true position. Right and wrong, pleasure and pain exist in mind only. These are not your concern. You see, the witnessing is not concerned. Concern itself is a mental notion of which there is witnessing, which it itself is inherently empty and free. You are that. You neither do or enjoy. You are free. You are the solitary witness of all that is, forever free. Your only bondage is not seeing this. So, how to remove the bondage? Begin to see this. That is the spiritual practice. How long are we going to keep running away from the silent aspect of our nature, the aware aspect of our nature? How long are we going to remain shunned and totally immersed in me as a person and my life, which seems so real, but it's not real. You see it just passing you by day. That you can't cling on to anything, not even your own body you can cling on to, not even your own ideas and your own self-image. So it's not you. Let go of attaching yourself to that which you cannot cling on to. It will all be taken away from you. This is the opportunity here and now in this lifetime to know yourself. Make that your greatest pursuit. Come to know yourself as you really are. The teaching that is powerfully arising in our experience is inviting us to that, and we must take up this invitation. If our bondage alone is just not seeing this, then we must come to see this. We must become aware of this. So the spiritual path is becoming more aware, awakening to our nature, not making anything happen or becoming anything, just becoming aware of our nature. And that is the simultaneous dissolving of ignorance. The thought, I am the doer, is the bite of a poisonous snake. It limits us to personhood. To know I do nothing is the wisdom of faith. The witnessing of doing is not doing. The witnessing is always the primary. It always is as it is, and you are the witness. Yet the doing that is witnessed and the person doing it that is also witnessed, we take ourselves to be. You are only the witnessing. Be happy. A single understanding, I am the one awareness, consumes all suffering. All right. It is very important to be around messages like this all the time because it really nourish you and sort of revitalize your and refresh your spiritual search. However, it has to be taken to heart. You know, the talk has to enliven something within you to really follow and practice and put this teaching to the test in the toughest of times. If you do so, this cannot remain veiled. So your only obstacle is your own addiction to experience, your own addiction to self-definition, to being a person. But you cannot bring the person into this. The acknowledging of being the witness dissolves the person. So have courage, have faith, have trust, and put anything on the line for this, for your own self, for self-knowledge. The strength of this power, this intelligence will support you always. It will give you everything you need to be successful in this search. All right. So good luck with this. Sit with this, contemplate it, have fun with it.
Thank you very much for watching this video. If it helped you, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you want more videos like this, all focused in helping you dissolve mind identification and to awaken to your true nature. I have many free resources that will help you further deepen your understanding of this teaching. I'll link them in the description box below. Also, if you need my personal help with this and you want a more structured way to apply this teaching into your life, and you want consistent support and guidance and a community that you can share this journey with, please learn more about my School of Awakening. I'll also link that down below and you can apply if you're interested. Again, thank you for watching today's video. I will see you next week with a new video. Bye-bye.